Eric Paulzini here with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be getting into the top picks here for the Thursday night showdown. We got the Giants versus the football team. Now, I actually like this one. It's probably the one that I like the most, and that's mostly because we get kind of an obvious value play in Dynami Brown. Now, so far, the showdown slates have been pretty good. Really, it's been just about getting the lineup combinations right. So we're going to continue that. Hopefully, in this one, at the end of this video, I will be showing you guys kind of what I'm doing to kind of max enter this one, because it is one that I want to attack a little bit more aggressively as well. So we'll start off with the top picks, and I'll show you guys that at the end. So just highlighting the top picks, I will say Logan Thomas is going to be highly interesting to me. Now, he did catch a touchdown. The thing that I should start off with saying is that the Washington football team really struggled in the first half until really Taylor Heineke came into the game. And I don't want to say he lit it up, because he really didn't. But he did play well. 10 DK points. The offense definitely got better. They started to get some targets to Thomas and also to Terry McLaurin. Thomas is like my favorite Washington football team play. He's priced at a cheap price point. Gets a good matchup against the New York Giants, who kind of got beat up against the opposing tight ends last week as well. So I like him. Antonio Gibson, going to be a fine play. I think those opportunities are going to be there for him again. I think he's a safe double-digit DK play and could get the upside to get to 20 DK points in this one if he, scores a touchdown, which obviously could happen in this one. So I really like him. And then Terry McLaurin, he really got force-fed a couple of targets early in the second half once they figured out, hey, we need to start playing some football. We need to start trying to score on offense. We saw him get more involved, so I also like him as a pick. Now, it's not as much of a lock as kind of the other two, I think, but we know that Terry can easily go out and break his slate, so I really like him. And then from there, I don't mind Taylor Heineke. You can easily fit him in there. He is just priced up a lot, so it kind of would adjust the rest of your build. I do like Kenny Galladay and Sterling Shepard. Now, I should start off with saying that Daniel Jones really struggled last week, and a lot of his game was saved by 27 rushing yards and a TD. That's 8 DK points. You take that away, not a good day. And honestly, on film, it wasn't a good day. He really struggled. But that's kind of the beauty of DFS, is that you can struggle and still produce, which is what we saw Daniel Jones do. Heck, we saw Lamar Jackson do that. We saw Jared Goff do that. So, it's kind of the nature of the beast with NFL DFS sometimes. But Daniel Jones is not a player that I want to be attacking on the slate, especially as the highest priced player. So, I'd much rather play one of his pass catchers who, Kenny Galladay played well, 6 targets. Looked good in his first game back is what we should say. So 10 DK points in that one. I think he has the highest likelihood out of any Giants receiver to get a touchdown. So I do like that. Then Sterling Shepard, 9 targets, guys. That is pretty much on point with what he's done throughout his career. He's always been a high target type of guy. I expect him to get 6 targets in this one. And, he's a safe play. He should get 10 DK points in this one, so I really like him. And then just going to the obvious value play, it's going to be Dynami Brown. Now, you guys probably know him from the preseason. He was a guy that 9 to 5 was hyping up a decent amount in the preseason, came through for us in preseason DFS. That's mostly due to the fact that he was getting a lot of hype out of camp. We were watching some of the camp film and whatnot that was coming through. He was looking good. So he is a player that saw 90% of the snaps. Obviously, we've seen him at 4 targets. At this price point, he only needs like 2 catches or 1 catch of 20 yards to hit value. So Dynami Brown at that price point is going to be intriguing to me as well. Those are going to be the players that I'm mostly going out of my way to play. I will say Kyle Rudolph at 4.8 is decent if we didn't have Dynami Brown there. So no real reason to go with him in this one. I don't really feel like playing Saquon Barkley too much. But then just flipping it over into kind of the lineup optimizer, I am thinking about max entering this one because I feel like it is pretty easy to max enter this slate. And I'll show you guys kind of how I broke it down. So just looking at it, we got the captain and the flex spot. So what I'm looking at right now is I was kind of trying to make sure I had the top producer on this slate by really trying to cap the exposures for all the players here. And I'll zoom out a little bit more. Guess that's not really working. Here, let's see if we can adjust it here. Look at that. On the fly editing there. That's what you guys love to see. Sorry about that, but just want to show you guys kind of how I'm feeling for like max exposures at the captain spot. Really kind of capping it. I want to make sure that I get the top producer on the slate, and I'm just kind of capping it. Obviously, I think Antonio Gibson is going to be a safe play, so that's why I have him at 30% out of the most out of anyone. And I also did have Dynamic Brown at about 10% because obviously that's going to force in a lot of quality plays into a build. If you have him in there, he could easily put up like, I don't know, 10 DK points and then, you know, have that multiplier and really finish solid for you as long as the other guys produce. That's going to be a fine build for you. So just kind of looking at it, I'll show you guys kind of my exposures there with that, and then we'll get out of here. Which I'm gonna have to go back. You guys can kind of see it on the left-hand side there. That's kind of what I'm looking at for this one. We'll scroll it down a little bit. And there we go. So most owned player is going to be Antonio Gibson, then Terry, then Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard. Wanted a little bit more of Logan Thomas. That wasn't happening too much, but then we had Taylor Heineke a decent amount as well. So feeling pretty good about that. So should be a decent one. Hopefully it is. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. I am going to be coming out with the fades and stacks video. Already came out with the core plays and top value plays, so definitely check out those videos. If you guys want to join 9 to 5 Nation, get more access to more data, get access to the lineup optimizer and the weekly write-ups, join 9 to 5 Nation. Links in the description below. Only $10 a month. So got you covered there, guys. All right, that's all I have for you. And as always, let's keep cashing.